Yo, what's up? I just wanted to jump on and show the final stage of this project. It is as complete as it's going to be, um, given the circumstances. Um, yeah, I'm done with this. I am going to scrap this, trash it, and start over on a new project, on a new platform. So before I do that, I just kind of wanted to document, you know, the last leg of this. So I think in the last video, that was a while ago. I think I talked about the She's Ready map. I'm not gonna revisit that. That's the other half of this project. This part is finally complete. So this is the opening page of this project. So one would come here. You can either select a women's committee from this scroll pane here, or you can select from the map, right? So what do we find when we click on one of these women's committees? Let's click on Florida NC. Boom. Here's our dashboard. Now, there are obviously some things that could be improved on this dashboard, but like I said, I'm not giving any more time to this. Uh, it's it's not going anywhere. It's not for a cause. So I'm moving on to a new project where I can use real data and um, put my time to good use. I think that's one thing I've learned about um, creating this creating this project is that I didn't realize how time consuming it would be making these spreadsheets. Um, yeah, and yeah, I'm done giving time to this. Um, so uh, basically, the new project will allow me. It will also be a lot of work, but at least I will be working with an interested party, and there will be a real project at the end, right? Um, so that's where we're going with that. Obviously, if I were going to spend more time on this, I would put a header at the top with the women's committee name, or not. I don't know. Maybe I would put the address here or both. I don't know. Now you may notice that some of these headers are different, right? This is all caps with a white background. This is upper and lowercase with a transparent background. I did that intentionally to just show what the options could be as far as headers and how each of these charts are designed. Um, so this first chart, I decided to put meeting attendance. This is called a heat map. It's Tableau has done some very weird stuff with the formatting here. When I threw it inside of this tile is fixed. But that was the best option because the other option is worse. The alternative is worse. Um, but yeah, I don't really care for these scroll panes and the way it divided up the header here. That's bizarre to me. Um, but basically, so this was the chart I was most excited about, and it's the one that came out the worst. Um, but yeah, so basically, this is a breakdown of meeting attendance by age and by racial demographic, right? And you can filter by month, right? So we can see in March there were two African Americans that were 21 years old, so on and so forth. Now, this chart has a lot of holes, right? A lot of blank spots because there's not a lot of data here. I only have so much time. Um, but because many of the women's committees in this union are, I think they're newer or small, uh, this would probably be an accurate representation of what a real one would look like. Um, so that's that. And then for obvious reasons, I chose to put a racial demographic breakdown. And I thought it might be interesting to see what job sectors these people represent. I had no idea there were so many industries represented in our union. So I just thought that might be cool to see. This chart was originally a histogram. Um, I just think histograms are beautiful. But because there's so little data here, it looked horrible. The chart looked horrible. So what I did was I amended the axes so that the bars lay down horizontally rather than vertically. So yeah, it looks better this way. Trust me. The way I had it before was pretty awful. So this is pretty self-explanatory. It shows you the number of members you have by age group. So for example, down here, I'm hovering over this. You can see that you have 8 20-year-olds, right, in that women's committee. This chart, I decided to put the revenue as a line graph. See that yellow line? That's your revenue. Your axis for revenue is over here. You can't see behind my head. That says revenue amount. This says expense amount. So basically, if you don't know how to read this, for your expenses, you're going to use this side of the graph, right? And for revenue, you're going to reference this side of the graph, right? And the dates are the same, right? They have the dates in common. That's how I join these databases by date. I did it this way because it's a very confrontational combination of charts, right? You can see very clearly in which months your expenses have exceeded your revenue, right? And that's important, because you want to keep an eye on stuff like that. And it gives the user a very easy, a lot of information in a very quick glance, right? You can see in May, boom, we exceeded, our expenditures exceeded the revenue, right? You can glean very important key information from a graph like this, a combination of these graphs. So that's why I chose to do it that way. And yeah, I don't know what the expenses for a women's committee would be, so I just named them 1 through 4. And as you can see, there's no key here. I did create a key, but it didn't fit well in any of these spaces, so I just took it out. But yeah, this is just an good old-fashioned member roster, just a list, right? Not as involved as some of these other graphs, but as important for sure. So look at this. It looks like Ellen DeGeneres is here and Beyonce. So that Michelle Obama's here, Oprah. Wow. This group is gonna have an easy go at fundraising. That's what that means to me. And this this map here, I don't know. It could probably take up a little less real estate. I don't know where I would put it because it would look awkward as a small box here. I don't know. It's something I would need to think about in the future, and I may think about with the next project. But yeah, so that's that. That's the end of this project. So now I'm gonna scrap this and move on. After all this work, I'm gonna trash it. Move on to a different. I think I'm gonna try my hand at a new platform. Tableau is wonderful. Again, it's just a lot of work. It's more work than I realized. After working with this alternative platform, I was like, holy smokes, man, this is light work. It's far simpler. It's far simpler. Tableau is just a glorified Excel sheet. You have to do a lot of work, a lot of calculations. This other platform, not so much. So I think I'm going to try my hand at another committee project, but for a different division of our union. And I'm not going to, I don't intend to reach out with this project or anything. It's just practice. It's just practice. It's a great context for me to work with. It gives me people data to work with, and also, number data. So I think I'm going to tackle that. I do have some projects going at work. I guess, I don't know if that was last week or the week before last. I submitted a request to use the data, the utility data for, a build out. But because of the nature of my job, I will be recording it, but I won't be able to post it because all of that data is classified. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to play around again with the new platform and the new committees, and that'll just give me a new context, some fresh perspective, new color palettes, all kinds of stuff, man. So yeah, that's that. Peace.